Are you worrying about a legal problem like a consumer issue, medical bill, real estate transaction, landlord-renter dispute, traffic ticket, or estate planning? Legal issues are a part of life, but that doesn't make handling them any less confusing, frustrating, devastating, or even crushing. And lawyers are expensive. There's a better way. Legal Shield gives you advice and counsel from reputable lawyers near you. Our caring and dedicated law firms can help you with a wide range of legal matters, all for less than $1 a day. Protecting and empowering you with a law firm in the palm of your hand, the Legal Shield mobile app can help you begin preparing your will. Take pictures of a traffic ticket and securely submit it directly to your law firm. Access free legal forms, or speak to a lawyer with just the press of a button. You can also upload a contract or document for legal review, contact your law firm to have a phone call, or a letter made on your behalf, or call 24/7, 365 in an emergency. Need fast answers to common legal questions? Chat with our legal bot Aaron anytime. Legal Shield protects over 1.8 million households in all 50 states, plus Canada and the United Kingdom, liberating our clients from legal frustration. Knowing you have a law firm in your corner protecting you can be empowering. Worry less and live more. Sign up for Legal Shield.
There you have it, folks. We are back. We are back with Oscar Capel and Legal Shield. And we are going to be talking about the benefits of that with him today. Welcome back, Oscar.
Thank you, Phil. Hello, Mona. The family's back online.
The family is back. Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
let me share my screen. I'll get to the PowerPoint that I set up for today, because last week we did speak about Legal Shield, and the video you played is definitely the beginning of the introduction to Legal Shield, and that one was for individuals and families. But we also have a business end to Legal Shield, and that's what I'm going to be speaking about today. And I'm going to be talking about small and what I call local business, because just because you're a small business doesn't mean you have just 1 or 2 employees. You can have, we say, up to about 100 employees, but you're not franchised. So you're a local business. And here's the problem, that big business concerns are shared by all small businesses, but they don't have the big business resources, which is what you need to run a business. So the 3 things every business needs: one is a banker, one is an accountant, one is a lawyer. These 3 things should be in your pocket before you get your business started. And I'm going to go do a quote the Bible here. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. But now we're talking about, who do we get that advice from? Do we use Google? Do we use some sort of search engine? Do you ask your cousin, hey, I want to get a business started. What do you think? Those are people that you might want to talk to, but not really get advice from unless they've been there and done that. The other thing is, you're setting up a business. What is the best business structure for you? Are you going to be a sole proprietor? Are you going to be a partnership? Are you going to form an LLC, a C Corp, an S Corp? All of these questions are important before you get your business started. And even when you do get your business started, maybe you start out as a sole proprietorship. When do you know to shift up to an LLC or a C Corp or S Corp? Those are very important questions. So now, let's say you have your business going. You're going to hire your first employee. If you don't have an employee handbook, you're setting yourself up for problems down the line. And real quick, we're talking about employee rights, the roles of each employee, the duties that they have to do, what their salary is, what the benefits package, contract date, and probable reasons or possible reasons for termination. That should all be made clear before people are hired. Your business might need licensing. What kind of licenses does your business have? Government restrictions. Now with COVID, we're looking at, as what I put down, new and evolving changes. How many people can you have in your store? Do you need plexiglass? Do you need this? Do you need a new air filtration system? These are things you need to know on a day-to-day business, on a day-to-day basis. Next come other law problems that you can have in your business: discrimination and harassment suits. Sex, race, age, religions, just 4 of the things that you can be hit with and called about discrimination and harassment. Do you have a policy in place where people understand what discrimination and what harassment is in the workplace? Yeah, this sounds like fun, starting a business. So Forbes magazine put out a list of 10 top legal mistakes businesses make, and anywhere from not incorporating down to not remitting your payroll tax. These are all things that have to be taken into consideration. Somewhere down the line there, it says not protecting customer data, and we will be talking about that later. So what are we talking about now? Getting legal advice, a legal counsel. When you see on TV, say the judge says a counselor approach the bench. A lawyer is a counselor. You get advice from lawyers, and hopefully you're getting the right advice. But the problem with lawyers and advice is, who is your lawyer? Are you using your cousin as a lawyer for business, and your cousin does divorce? That might not be the best person to speak to. But here's the problem with the legal profession: it's expensive, it's been unresponsive and unaccountable. If you're not happy with the lawyer and the way they're doing, who do you talk to? Who do you get advice from when the advice you're getting is not what what the real advice that you need? So here's a thing I like to tell people: and you have a business, you have a lawyer. I would like you to call your lawyer and say, I would like you to provide me with these services every month for a fixed price. I want general consultation. I want to be able to pick up the phone, ask you any question, any legal question, as often as I need to, as many times a day as I need to for the whole month. I need you to review some documents. I'm going to be leasing equipment. I'm going to be doing things. I'm going to be signing contracts. I would like you to read every one of those. Some people are not going to pay me. I'm going to need collection letters sent out. So if you could send out collection letters and make sure I get 100% of everything that's collected, unlike a collection agency that just gives you a portion. And I need you to send out letters and phone calls on my behalf if I am not being treated correctly. So I'd like you to do that for me. Tell me how much you would charge me per month to get that done. Anything outside of that, I also would like you to give me a 25% off of your regular hourly fee, because I'm a preferred client. So get back to me in the comments. Let me know what your lawyer says and how much that would cost you. When we're talking about legal costs, it's up. I underlined there 50. I don't know where you get a $50 lawyer from, but $50 to $1,000 or more per hour is what a lawyer will be charging if you pay by the hour for lawyer legal service. It's 2020, so we need to think outside the box. After COVID, everybody's rethinking how they're doing things, how business is done. So thinking outside the box, first thing is, what can we do to be disruptive? Disruptive innovation. Real quick, Uber is disruptive innovation. They don't own any taxis, but they're the largest taxi service in the world. Netflix said, hey, Blockbuster, you guys charge by the movie. How about if we do a one-time fee per month and you can watch as many movies as you want? That is disruptive innovation. So as you saw in the previous little movie clip, Legal Shield is the disruptive innovator in the legal service. It's made legal service and access to law firms simpler, easier, more affordable, and accountable and responsive. We'll talk about that later. So that is what Legal Shield offers a mom and pop business that need real legal advice on a day-to-day basis. So our business plan fits different businesses depending on how many employees you have. We have a under 10 employee, under 50 employee, and under 100 employee plans. And that will do everything we talked about earlier, which is the consultation letters and everything else that you need done every month without an extra charge. Another thing that's hitting businesses right now is voluntary benefits and how it's impacted by COVID. Voluntary benefits are something you would know about if you had AFLAC available for your employees. That is a voluntary benefit. That means not every employee is required to have it. They pay for it out of a deduction from their payroll, so it does not come out of the business owner's money. And now you're able to protect your employees. One problem that we're having now, and as Phil talked about earlier, is data breaches and identity theft. And when you have an employee that has either a legal problem or an identity theft problem, their head is not at work. They're trying to figure out how to solve the problem, a legal problem or an identity theft problem. And the Equifax breach, as I tell people, it happened 2 or 3 years ago, and now it's hitting the market. What people don't know about identity theft is when there is a breach, that information is sold and resold 1 to 2 years after the actual breach, because everybody gets that 1 year monitoring. And what I'll talk about now is, that 1 year of free service. They said it's like using an eyedropper to put out a forest fire. They are not going to be checking everything that is related to identity theft. So, identity theft myth. ID theft is about my bank account and credit accounts. And that is pretty much the wrong way to look at it. The way we look at it is people say, yeah, no problem. There was a breach. I'm going to put a credit freeze on my account. That is like having a house, locking your front door and leaving all of your windows open. Identity theft, as when it pertains to credit and money, is only about 15% of all of the identity theft issues. These are the 5 major types of identity theft. The credit we talked about, driver's license, which is in the US, it's our de facto identity card, national identity card. Your tax and employment identity theft, medical identity theft is deadly, and character criminal identity theft. Character criminal is awful because identity theft is the only crime you have to prove yourself innocent. So you need someone backing you up to be able to prove you're innocent, and the only way to do that is to have your identity already fixed in what's the best way to describe it? When you're about to put a new program in your computer, there is a reset. That's not the word I'm looking for. There's a restore, and there's whatever it is, whatever your computer configuration is at the moment. When the new program gets put in, if there's any problem, you always revert back to that reset point to make sure everything is still running. What we do with identity theft is we secure who you are right now, what your credit is like, what your driver's license looks like, and court records, everything. We know who you look like today. So when anything happens in the future, we're able to restore your identity back to that pre-theft status. That's the most important part. So an average person spends about 600 business hours trying to resolve their own identity theft problem. I don't know about you, but I don't have 40 hours a week for 15 weeks to try to restore my own identity. 3 main ways the information is breached: human error, paying off insiders, and hacking. The 1 and 2 were the old ways of doing it. Human error is still a factor. Paying off insiders now has gone the way of the dodo, because there is no reason to pay off an insider when you can hack the entire data system and not paying off for a little bit of information. 3 key parts of comprehensive solution. This is what you need to do if you are looking for an identity theft or an identity monitoring company. You want them to have direct access to a licensed private investigator, not a call center somewhere out in the Philippines or in Nebraska. All right, you would like a limited power of attorney where that investigator can be you and do the restorations for you. A lot of people do proactive monitoring, and they will monitor your mortgage and other types of financials, but they might not be monitoring everything that's important to you. And this is what we do: public records, credit, everything else, criminal and court records, and medical, which is so important. So I think the best way to describe ID Shield is to compare it to what everybody sees on TV, the LifeLock that you see every 5 minutes. There's a commercial for it. So if you compare price, we are way below what LifeLock charges. And in actual coverage, we have a lot more coverage for a lot less money. And there's, I don't want to bash other companies, but I will let the FTC and the other people bash it for me, because they are the ones that have been putting LifeLock on notice. And the last lawsuit was $100 million because they did not do what they promised to do. Why is this the best solution? Because identity theft does not care about age, race, religion, anything. They want information. They want to make money on that information, and they will do anything they need to get it. And that is actually a case: $26,000 in credit cards in a foreclosure before starting kindergarten. ID Shield also is always improving, always adding new technology to the system. And the great thing about ID Shield is the price never goes up. Once you sign up with ID Shield, your price is locked in, and everything that comes in is actually added to it without any extra charge. These are the latest things that we're doing. The financial accounts, investments, loans, mortgages, all of that is being monitored. Reputation management and reputation score. If you have children, pay attention. Your kids one day will be leaving the house. They will be getting jobs. They will be moving out. If they are posting on Facebook all the pictures of their great parties they're doing and everything that's on there, an HR person might be looking at their Facebook posts and say, that person might not be the person that I would like to join our business. So our reputation management, the AI, goes through all of your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and flags out anything that looks risky and will give you basically give you a bad name later on. And once you put something on online, it pretty much could stay there forever unless you really, really work on taking that away. So again, the benefits that we are getting, new benefits, which is instant hard inquiry on alerts and monitoring, public records, telecom accounts, criminal and court record monitoring. These are all the things that are being monitored, and the app will give you the alert, and then you can literally speak to a private investigator and get that taken care of. So in closing, I'm leaving you with this gift: peace of mind and heart, because how much does it cost for your peace of mind? There are two costs involved. One is not doing anything, and one is actually getting a policy to protect your family and your business with Legal Shield and ID Shield. And call me for prices, and also all my information is on your next step is get a hold of me. That's my cell number. That's 24 hours a day. Just to let you know, between 10 a.m. and 7 a.m., it will go directly to voicemail. My email is there, and my website, oscarcapel.com, where you can see videos and ask questions there on everything you need to know to protect yourself, your family, and your business from now until the business gets bigger and you actually grow out of our service. So thank you for your time. And Mona, I'm ready for any questions from you. You are muted.
I was
There you
looking for the unmute button. Find it. Well, the first one is not so much a question, it's more like a statement, like, this is super scary.
Yeah, and I was, let me see if I can do my background change. I was interviewed on our local TV doing a spot for cybersecurity. I was with another cybersecurity person, and we talked about that. And that's actually what the moderator said. He's like, hey, I'm, this is scaring me. And I think my answer was, if you knew what I knew about what's going on, you'd be very afraid. And that was our spot on the local TV. So yeah, it's scary. And what we like to tell people is being proactive and protected is better than being reactive and panicked. Because once it happens, it is over. Right now, everyone is overwhelmed. I mean, we're dealing with COVID, we're dealing with closures, everything going on. You don't need one more thing, on your shoulders, whether it be a legal problem or an identity theft problem. It's great that to have a system in place where you can pick up your phone, click the app, talk to your lawyer, and our app allows you to talk to your lawyer in an emergency 24 hours a day. So that's an amazing option that we have. And if it's an identity theft problem, call a licensed private investigator, sign a limited power of attorney, and have them take care of it. And you go back to work and continue your life as usual. That's and again, comparing it to other companies that are just going to monitor and then let you know that there's a problem, that doesn't make sense to me. I'd like to pay someone to actually do the work. If I like to compare it to ADT, the house monitoring service. I don't want the ADT agent to call me up and say, there's a fire in your house and we're going to send you instructions on how to put it out. No, I'm paying them to say there's a fire in the house. We're sending the fire department. We're sending a contractor and the painters. So when you get back home, it looks just like it did when you left it. That's the product that we offer, that peace of mind, knowing there are professionals handling the situations.
Right. I guess, my mentality has always been, with millions of people just like within my vicinity, like, why should this happen to me? But I guess that's more like, the ostrich, sticking your hand in the sand, head in the sand.
Well, yeah, that is the other fallacy is like, people say, well, and I've heard this, so, well, my credit is so bad, they can steal my credit. It's like, that's not what we're looking at. As I said, there's 5 different types of identity theft. The medical one, which I just touched on, it could be deadly because a stolen medical insurance card lets you go to the doctor under someone else's name. So what happens there is whatever disease that person has, whatever condition, gets put into your medical records, the MIB.
Wow.
And you cannot take it out because of HIPAA laws. So now if I'm buying your medical insurance card, and let's say I have diabetes, I have a heart condition, I have all this stuff. Now your medical record and my medical record are merged. Because of HIPAA laws, since my medical records are there, you can't look at it. So how can you separate what's yours and what's not yours? That's where the licensed private investigators come in, because they have the power to go in there, with the badge and go, hey, show us those records.
Right.
It's crazy. It's and every day there's a new breach, and I think last year, the total number of people that were breached was 13 billion.
What?
Yes, that was the number. So when it says, well, it's not going to happen to me, dude, it already happened to you. You're just waiting to find out.
Right.
So anybody who can do math, 325 million that live in the country, 13 billion records stolen. Yeah, that's not good odds.
So this might be a silly question, but is there something we can do to prevent this, or is it like everybody's open market? You just have to have the support that if and when it happens, you just have to have and I think what you were saying before, like for myself, even with something as simple as building a web page, like it's not simple. Like it's easy, but it's, like, I don't know how to do it, to put the colors together and make it look presentable, because I don't have the knowledge. But here you literally have on an app people that have the knowledge to support you and to help you and to kind of, you know, sort things out for you, to give you what you like, just like you said, that peace of mind, which to me is priceless.
Right. Now today we're talking about business. So I'm going to give you a quick, I'm able to do a dark web search to see what happens, you know, how secure your website is. So I ran this website, and this was a local business. I know the people that own it, and this is what came up. 30,623 of their customers' information is up for sale from that one business. And there's the breakdown. You know, you have in 16,000 emails, 11,000 PII is personally identifiable information. So that is what is now for sale. This is, I'm monitoring the dark web. This is what's for sale on the dark web. One of the things that people don't realize, you know, everybody has their FICO score and so that's important for you. Businesses are going to need a cybersecurity score. Mm-hmm. And this is coming up shortly. A low cybersecurity score will not allow you to do business, because that means your site is not protected. So a third party person using your site is now has their information vulnerable because of your site.
Does that include SSL?
It includes what your cybersecurity basically. No, you can look that up now. When is it going to be hitting the market that everybody needs to have a cybersecurity score?
Okay.
So and again, it's like the GDPR. If you're not compliant, you can't do business overseas.
Wow.
You know, and everything, cybersecurity. Oh, we're always the last ones to figure stuff out. Everybody has seen that new chip that's on the credit card. Mm-hmm. Right, you put it in, and now you got to wait like 2-3 seconds. It's not just a swipe. And why do you have to wait? Because the old way of doing it, when you swiped, that point of service machine copied your credit card number and all the information. That's what was hacked. And I think it was Home Depot had like 5 million people that were hacked on that one, and they got credit card information. So all these people had to, I was one of them, had to cancel the credit card and all of this stuff.
And the information was not encrypted.
It's the information. It's encrypted, but at some point somebody has to unencrypt it, right, and they're able to get that information.
Well, they have software. They have software that can decrypt stuff like that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. What Mona said. What can we do to prevent it? The hackers, the people that are doing this for a living, are way ahead of everybody.
Yeah,
we're just coming in and patching up holes. There's no way to stay ahead of them. It's too profitable. There are drug cartels that are getting away from drugs and into cyber, basically stealing cyber information because it's not dangerous. There's a 1 in 700 chance of getting caught, and you don't have to move a physical product and get shot at. So they're like, hey, let's take this money and let's buy encrypting stuff. But the chip was invented in Europe. What the chip does is, the chip in your card,
bank card,
insert the credit card, and you got to wait, and then the little music plays and it says approved. What it does is it sets up an individual transaction number. That's what takes a few seconds. So the only thing that's stored is the transaction number for your purchase. No credit card information, no banking information. It's just so you can hack their system. You're going to get a bunch of numbers that mean nothing.
Wow.
So that's when it was set up. They gave people until October of that year to get that chip machine in. And they said, if you do not have a chip machine and you just swipe the card and the information is stolen, you are responsible to pay everybody back, not the bank.
Wow.
So, the banks are looking to reduce liability, and they're doing everything they can to, put it on the shoulders of the business owners. So this is why you need a good cybersecurity score to make sure people can do business with you. It's, we can go on for hours and hours on all the details, but the most important thing is be prepared and be proactive. Get that set up. So when there's a problem, you can pick up the phone, and as we talk about in all the episodes, talk to an expert about what to do. Don't try to do it yourself, because you end up in a bigger bind.
How did you get in this field?
You
were in dentistry before. I know that.
Yeah, I was a dental technician for over 30 years. The place I was working for went bankrupt, and I realized that I had no industry to go to, because everything was being outsourced to other countries. So it's not like, okay, it's an accounting job. I lost an accountant job. I can go to the next business who's hiring an accountant. There was nothing for me to do. And with no other experience, I'm like, what can I do, to move forward? At late 50s, there wasn't a lot of options. I had been a member of Legal Shield and ID Shield for years, use the service all the time. And I said, this is something that people need and should have on hand. And I said, this is something I know, as we talked about earlier, what is your calling? What should you be doing to make things better for other people? And I said, I know how I've used it for me. I know how it's helped me, got me out of let me find this. This is the letter. I think it went out in 2016. I had a problem with Toyota. I got my car fixed. 2 years later, the part went bad, and I went back to get it changed, and they said, we're going to have to charge you $497 to change the part. And I thought that was unfair, because it's a brake caliper, man. It's not something that breaks down, every year.
Right.
But, the manager says, hey, that's our policy. It's right there on the wall. It says, 1 year parts and labor. Normally that's the end of the story, but I picked up the phone, called my law firm, and I said, look, this and this is going on. I don't think I'm being treated fairly, but I'm out of warranty by a year and 30,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And, the lawyer says that might be true, but that part should not be, broken down every year.
Right.
So they sent the Toyota what I call a motivational letter, and said, our client is not happy with the way he's being treated.
That's it.
And now I went from being, Joe Lunchbucket, to, oh, this guy's got a law firm. And you can see we got 150 lawyers there. They are listed down the side of the letter. Nice letterhead. And that same manager that told me, there's a door, don't let it hit you on the way out, calls me up, Mr. Capel, we're sorry for the misunderstanding. I'm like, oh, now it's a misunderstanding. Oh, okay. Because, there's a law firm behind me. So that, somebody wrote, life is different when you have a law firm on your side. All of a sudden, things that were annoying that you just kind of gave up on, it's like, let me call a lawyer, see what's going on. A real quick thing, there was a guy that had his shirt ruined by a dry cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
It was a $50 shirt. It's not going to break the bank, but he thought it was unfair that the dry cleaners was just going to give him back his money for the dry cleaning. And he says, I want my $50 for the shirt. And the guy says, no, that's our policy. Again, it's written on the wall. We will give you back the money you paid. And he takes out his phone and he hits his app, and the guy's watching him. He says, what are you doing? He says, I'm calling my lawyer. Why? He's like, because I can. Because I've already paid for the service, and he's going to represent me. And the dry cleaner said, well, here's $50. Leave me alone. Things like that. So you add up 50 here, 500 there. I had a problem with Con Ed. It was a $700, misunderstanding again. It's amazing how, when a letter goes out from the law firm, it's a misunderstanding.
He didn't understand what we were trying to say.
Yes.
He was confused. We used all these legalese on him, and but we thought he didn't understand.
And and think about having if you have, like to say, if you have teenagers that drive, or you drive like a teenager, you would like this app on your phone to be able to snap a picture of the speeding ticket, send it to the law firm, and have them deal with it. Also, if you're driving, and it happened to us in the car, we were driving in the wrong neighborhood, and we were pulled over. It was upstate New York, and the cop literally, when we said, what are we being stopped for? And the cop literally said, "What are you doing driving around here?" I was like, I thought this was America. We could drive wherever we want.
What are you doing driving around here?
That literally what he said, and this is back in the fraternity days. So we had a very mixed group in the fraternity, and we hung out and drove around a lot. And it would literally, and I said, when we finally left the situation, I said, "What the hell was that?" And my fraternity brother says, "Oh yeah, I get it all the time." He says, you don't see it from where you are. So, to have the ability to say, "Let me call my lawyer and de-escalate the situation," is incredible.
Wow.
And it's just, literally, what are you doing driving around here? And it's like, we're coming to see our friend who lives up here. Is that okay with you? And it's, it could have gotten really, really ugly. And it's like,
as we all know, right?
Wow. It's, we just had a new Supreme Court justice. And if you go to the Supreme Court, it says, equal justice under law. Is that true? Or is it as much justice as you can afford?
That's generally true.
It's generally true, but if you can't afford, I got one more. Let me give one more video, one more change of my background. This is something I was watching. I think it was America's Got Talent or one of those, and this story came up. Where are you? There we go. This story came up. Mm-hmm. Archie Williams spent 37 years in jail for a crime he didn't do. I think that's him. He could not afford a lawyer. One was appointed to him, who's got a caseload of 5,000 people. So he was just another number. And what he said on the show that Simon Cowell, is actually working with him. He says, how many people are in jail that don't belong there, that are there,
He said that.
And Simon Cowell took up, and he's working with him on freeing people and getting the right, the right things going in the legal service to free people that have been incarcerated unjustly. So that's what we do. Again, like peace of mind, to have the right people behind you 24 hours a day. Our service for a family is $25 a month. You have that in your pocket now.
That's incredible. That's coffee. That's coffee all month. That's coffee all month long.
So, between Legal Shield and ID Shield, it might cost you $2 a day to protect the family.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's well worth it. It's well worth it. If you're concerned about your family when they leave the house and you're not sure what's going to happen, this is perfect to have on their phone so that they can reach out to someone in case they can't reach out to you, so they can stay and remain protected. Oscar, man, we thank you for that information. You always come with the good stuff, man. You come
that's it.
You're like, yeah, okay, you want some information? I will give you.
I got it. And again, it's anyone also that is looking, that has been affected by COVID and lost their job or had their hours cut, we offer people a way to make money using their phone. That's the side hustle, the dream side hustle. Use your phone.
That's it.
Work remotely, make some money, help people out. It's a win-win.
Tell them about the business side of it, man. It's an incredible, I've been checking it out, behind your back, in front of your back. And it's an incredible business structure. And For those of you who are maybe furloughed or just sitting on the sidelines waiting to get a call back, check out what's going on with Legal Shield. Give Oscar a call. Of course, you can see his number is on the banner, and you can find him at our website as well, phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. You can find all of our network team on our website as well if you would like to find out more information as to how you can get this incorporated in your business or become a part of our network and our business. So
this would be a good time to put the video on.
You know what? You're all right by me, Oscar.
It's a great way to close. Let's close it up with
yeah.
He's redeemed himself. He does not have to be put in the waiting room now.
I was, and I was borderline ready to do it. And then he said that, he said that, Mona. I think he kind of sensed it.
He did.
He sensed that I was about to put him in the waiting room. And then he's like, you should play that video. And it saved him. So
saved him, yeah.
All right. So we're going to play our closing video for you. And then we will see you in another at round 12. We're going to be talking to Justine Clay, and she's our business coach, and she's going to talk to us about certain things you can do in your business around now. All right, so stay tuned and watch this video.
Hi, my name is Philip Reed, and I am the President and CEO of Phoenix National Business Group. Today, I'm going to give a presentation as to what my company does, what we stand for, and what we are about. Phoenix National Business Group is an online marketing, media, and production company that produces websites, professional social media platforms, and online video productions for companies, places of worship, and entrepreneurs. Our programs also includes a unique series of talk shows and online events that empower the public with information that will improve their lives, with positive, uplifting messages reflecting the love of God and His vision of grace and restoration for the world. We have and are pulling together a network of entrepreneurs and leaders that seek to change the world with the fundamental belief that without hope, dreams die. Not only do we develop and produce these programs, we also establish platforms for distribution through our social media presence, which has thousands of viewers throughout the internet. We also have our own channel, PNN, Phoenix National Network, that goes out to millions of people across the world on Roku and Amazon TV. Our motto is, when you win, we win, because we believe in helping normal people and businesses do extraordinary things by developing, creating, and publishing their ideas to the world. This is what Phoenix National Business Group does, and we do it proudly. If you would like more information about the services and products that we offer, please feel free to visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com, or you can give us a call at 914-297-PNBG. That is 914-297-7624. We do look forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Phoenix National Business Group is now offering their online services on Roku and Amazon TV for only $99.99 per month. This is a limited time offer, so give us a call at 914-297-7624 for more information, or visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. That is phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. See you soon.